Look at a visualization of modern data processing. We live in a world where artificial intelligence can synthesize millions of variables and execute complex tasks in mere milliseconds. The speed of our interactions has accelerated past anything human biology evolved to handle. But there is a hidden cost to this velocity. When technology and human interactions move this quickly, they often blow right past our invisible emotional limits before anyone even realizes a line was crossed. We usually think of a boundary as a permanent do not enter sign, a fixed, rigid wall we built to keep the world out. But rigid walls shatter on impact. Human boundaries are actually alive. They don't have a definitive shape until an external force pushes up against them. They react, bend, and materialize entirely in the moment. Because they are reactive, you can't map them out on a spreadsheet. You cannot mathematically calculate what will make you uncomfortable until you actually experience the friction firsthand. Long before your brain can formulate the words to explain why a line was crossed, your physical body detects the trespass. It starts as raw data. Your shoulders suddenly tighten. Your breathing gets a little shallower. Your stomach starts churning. These somatic symptoms are your biology's primary alarm system signaling too much. There is a Thai concept for this precise sequence. It begins with Vedana, the instant physical sensation of contact, followed by Sati, which is the mindful awareness of that sensation. Paying attention to that physical jolt is the actual first step of drawing a line. You might feel a deep discomfort without being able to articulate why. That does not mean you lack self-awareness. It simply proves that your body is a much faster reporting system than your language center. A boundary fluctuates based on your current capacity. It is completely dependent on context. Think about eating spicy food. On a Saturday afternoon, when you are relaxed and happy, a heavy dose of chili peppers tastes amazing. But try eating that exact same meal on a Thursday night after 10 grueling hours of work on an empty stomach. The spice becomes intolerably painful. The food hasn't changed. You have. This diagram of a water glass illustrates how that food analogy applies to your emotional capacity. If your mind is already filled to the brim with stress, one tiny drop of additional pressure causes an immediate spillover. The Thai cultural concept of kalatesa, situational appropriateness, understands this perfectly. Answering yes to a request on Monday when your glass is empty and no to the exact same request on Thursday when it's full are both entirely valid truths. Our shifting tolerance levels accurately measure the current balance between our internal energy and the weight of our environment. Look at this three-tiered map of our mental landscape. Our capacity to tolerate interactions falls into three distinct zones. Zone 1 is the clear lines. These are absolute stops involving physical safety or non-consent. They require zero debate and zero analysis. Zone 2 is the safe space, familiar territory built on established trust. Here, you operate freely and collaborate without needing to be hypervigilant. But Zone 3 is the it depends zone. From a high altitude, it looks like a straight coastline dividing two areas. Once you actually get close to it, you realize that edge is full of complex coves, hidden rocks, and unpredictable shapes. The slightest shift in position changes whether you are on solid ground or sinking into the water. When you are navigating this complex terrain, saying "I'm not sure" is a complete protective answer. It functions as a mandatory signal to halt the interaction, slow down, and look closely at where you are standing. When someone signals discomfort, there is a very simple, immediate protocol. Stop the action first, seek the explanation later. Demanding that a person articulate exactly why they feel overwhelmed in the heat of the moment takes someone who is already at maximum mental capacity and drops another massive cognitive burden right on top of them. This goes against the traditional understanding of krengjai, or consideration. We are often taught that being considerate means enduring personal discomfort silently, so we don't inconvenience anyone else. The modern update is two-way krengjai. The person initiating the action actively monitors the physical and emotional capacity of the other person. They take responsibility for hitting the brakes when they see the signs. A quiet gesture or a retreat into silence equates to a hard no. You do not need to suffer, break down, or burn out to earn the right to set a limit. True consideration is mutual protection. It is the active practice of looking out for each other's breaking points. Navigating a world moving at the speed of modern AI requires us to process interactions faster and deeper than at any point in history. To survive this velocity, you need 3 tools: somatic awareness to feel warning signs, the courage to hit pause, and a culture of two-way consideration. Look at this diagram. We used to view personal boundaries like isolated vertical walls, barriers designed to keep people away. But rotate them, and they become a guiding structure. They keep you from falling into the void. In a world where everything moves too fast, the ability to clearly say stop is precisely the tool that allows us to travel further and safely together.